Hey, what's up guys? It's me here. Welcome to the March 2013 banlist. So it's a new format. I just wanted to show you guys my updates. This is what I've been working with. Surprisingly, Sangan being banned really did hurt the deck's consistency a lot. So I had to change up kind of a lot of the smaller monster lineup just to help with the consistency. But I feel like it's a little better now. I'll explain to you, but I'm going to get straight into the deck list. So first up, one of the big changes that I made is the Monarch lineup. So I'm still playing 3 Caiuses, but I cut a Monarch down, so now I'm only playing 6 Monarchs instead of 7, because Sangan doesn't give you your Treeborn as much as it used to. You don't see your Treeborn plays, so games 1 you really don't want to dead draw these, and these were really starting to clump. So I cut a Ryza, but I mean, most people tell me to cut the Stalos. It's just personal preference. I like the variety of Monarchs. You can make this 3 Ryzas, 3 Caius. You can make this 2 Ryzas, 1 Mobius, whatever you guys want. But the main thing is that you're only playing 6 Monarchs now. So that's it for that. Obviously, you're still playing your 2 Chaos Monsters, since it's still the only 2 Chaos Monsters you have. That's it for your boss monsters. You're also playing your Gores and Trags still. That's probably never going to change as long you play the max out on these, as well as your maxed out Battle Vaders. These are your traps, since you don't play any traps, so these are what keep you alive, and they allow you to maintain control of the game. And yeah, onto the hand traps. Instead of playing 3, I'm now playing 2 Veilers, and I'm playing 2 Maxis. I just want to talk about this real quick, because this is actually surprisingly good. Since you don't have Sangan anymore, Maxi gives you that draw power that your deck really needs, and it's also important to realize that you're now playing 4 hand traps rather than just 3 Veilers, and you have more variety. So you don't have to waste a Veiler unless they go Shockmaster on you, and most of the time, if you Maxi someone, depending on what kind of deck they're playing, like especially like Karakuri or anything, they will stop. Like, they're going to be forced to stop. So I don't know, I really like 4 hand traps now. It's really good right now. Next up, 2 tour guides, and that's it. I've seen a couple people do this. I actually tried a couple things. I tried Night Assailant, just didn't like it. And even before, I kind of realized, even last format, I always went tour guide for tour guide anyways, and then drew into Sangan. So, I don't know, I don't mind tour guide at 2, and that's it. It's just an instant rank 3 toolbox, and you normally only need to go into tour guide once, but even if you do, you have Avarice, so I don't know. I think this is perfectly fine for the engine. Another big change, I cut this down to 2, so only playing 2 Alchemists now. This is actually overdue, I think. I should have been doing this a while ago, because I started to realize that, before, when I had 3 or 4 Chaos Monsters in my deck, I was always having stuff to remove, and I would want to draw this early. But now I don't really want to open with this too much. I'd rather draw into it early. I'd rather draw into it late game, so that I could, recycle whatever I remove from play, or if I allured something. So 2's actually been working out very well for me, so I'm really happy with that. And also kind of important is that this is a graveyard-dependent card, so games 2 and 3, it makes it one less grave-dependent card. So instead of having Treeborn, it used to be Treeborn, 3 of these, and Sangan, all depended on the grave. Now you only have 2 of these and Treeborn, and you normally side your Treeborn out games 2 and 3, so that does actually make a difference. Next up, 1 Cyber Dragon. This is actually supposed to be a Photon Thrasher, but I don't have one, so for now I'm playing Cyber Dragon, which basically kind of does the same thing. In my opinion, I think Photon Thrasher is all around better, because when you summon a monster in a torrential, you can special summon Photon Thrasher for free and then just poke for that damage, and sometimes it can be a game winner. So, but for now, until I get one, I'm playing a Cyber Dragon. 1 Thunder King still. I don't really like playing 2. I think it's just a good one-of. 1 DD Warrior Lady. Almost cut her, but I realized she's just so good. She's a mini Caius when you attack, so I really like that about her. And she gives the deck synergy with the Dimensional Alchemists. And, of course, it's still Spirit Reaper. I love this card. It's still amazing. I actually go aggressive with this card a lot more than you'd probably think. And the last monster is going to be Treeborn Frog, of course. And like I said, you side out Treeborn for your games 2 and 3 most of the time. It's just because macro is so prevalent in this format with Macro Rabbit. So next up, we're going to talk about the spells, and they're pretty much standard. So with the one-ofs, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, the all-important Foolish Burial for your game 1s, and you obviously side this out when you side Treeborn out, Allure of Darkness, and Pot of Avarice. So those are the one-off spells. For the two-ofs, I am still playing 2 dualities to give your deck consistency, very much needed now that you lost Sangan. I cut this down to 2 as well, so I'm only playing 2 MSTs now. 2 Smashing Grounds I kept, just because I really like Smashing Grounds. Some people would say you should play Soul Exchange, you should play Econs. No, it's just, Smashing Grounds is just that easy 1-for-1 that just gets rid of problems and allows you to maintain board control, you know, and it allows you to push for control with your smaller monsters. That way they're forced to waste resources on those, and then when you summon a Monarch finally, they don't have an answer. That's your win condition right there, so I really like that. And the last reason I cut 2 MSCs was because I'm playing 2 Lances now. Lances is very, very good this format for reasons that you probably already know. The reason I like Lance a lot is because now that Warning's at 1, your Monarchs are probably going to get Torrential, Bottomless, etc., etc. So when you summon a Caius and they try to Bottomless it, or they try to Torrential it or anything like that, or even if they try to Compulse it, you chain Lance, you keep your monster on the field, and your monster still gets its effect off anyways. So, but more importantly, it also allows like your Alchemist or your Thunder King. It allows you to take down really big monsters, and that's really surprising to some people because I guess they don't see it coming, which they should in this format. So I don't understand. But when you summon a Thunder King, they don't activate anything. You declare an attack. They don't chain anything, and then you chain Lancer and damage step. It just gives you just a really good advantage pusher. So that's it for the main deck. I don't really have time to show you my side deck, and my side deck's still in the works for this format anyways, but I will show you my extra deck real quick. So, obviously you have your Gore's token. So the Synchros, I'm playing 5 still. This probably hasn't changed and isn't going to in a while. As long as I'm playing Valor, and as long as I have Monster Reborn, I still have access to these, and these come in handy a lot, so keeping these in. Now for this card is actually very surprisingly good in this deck, just because when you play Battle Fader, next turn your standby phase, you bring back Treeborn. Fader and Treeborn makes the instant Slacker Magician, and Slacker Magician is just a wall that your opponent has problems getting over. But even more importantly than that, it gives you an instant light and dark target, because this is a light, and when you overlay with Battle Fader then goes to the grave when it's detached as a material. So then instant light and dark for BLS and Chaos Sorcerer. So this is actually surprisingly important for this deck, and I'm really glad I got my hands on it. Just for your 3s, their 3s are the same. So you have Zenmane's Leviair, Temtempo, and Acid Golem. So that's still the same. For your 4s, still keeping those the same as well. This is probably going to be Lava Ball Chain when it comes out later. But for now, Maestro is usually the one I go into when I go into a rank 4. And then these are the same as well. But to be honest, I'm thinking about taking an Exobeetle out, because the only reason I had Exobeetle in here was for the Sangan play. You know, pop off Sangan, when you bring it back, get a search. Now that Sangan's gone, I feel like this can be a sword breaker, and this can be either another rank 6 or maybe a Chimera Tech, since I'm playing Cyber Dragon right now. And Karakuris are actually coming up on the popularity, so yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do. But that's it for the deck, guys. So let me know what you guys think. Still making changes to it. Also, let me know how this format's treating you guys. All that really changed for me is that windups, I think, isn't as good as they used to be, but everything else is still pretty much the same. So it's going to be another long 6 months. Until next time, I guess I'll see you all later. Peace.